Logically controlled bridge converters. R load, RL load, RLE load. R load, principle of operation. SCRs are numbered in the order they are triggered. T1, T2 forms cathode configuration in which SCR with the highest potential at a given instant of time will conduct. T3, T4 forms anode configuration in which SCR with the lowest potential at a given instant of time will conduct. During the interval 0 less than or equal to omega t less than or equal to alpha, T1, T2 are forward biased. V0 is equal to 0, I0 is equal to 0, V T1 is equal to V T2 is equal to Vm sin omega t by 2. During the interval alpha less than or equal to omega t less than or equal to pi, T1, T2 are on V0 is equal to Vm sin omega t, I0 is equal to Im sin omega t, V T1 is equal to V T2 is equal to 0. During the interval pi less than or equal to omega t less than or equal to pi plus alpha, T1, T2 are of V0 is equal to 0, I0 is equal to 0, V T1 is equal to V T2 is equal to minus Vm sin omega t by 2. The power delivered to the load P is equal to I square RMS R. The RMS current in source is the same as the RMS current in the load, RL load. SCRs are numbered in the order they are triggered. T1, T2 forms cathode configuration in which SCR with the highest potential at a given instant of time will conduct. During the interval 0 less than or equal to omega t less than or equal to alpha, T1, T2 are forward biased, V0 is equal to 0, I0 is equal to 0, V T1 is equal to V T2 is equal to Vm sin omega t by 2. During the interval alpha less than omega t less than or equal to pi plus alpha, T1, T2 are on V0 is equal to Vm sin omega t. V T1 is equal to V T2 is equal to 0. During the interval pi plus alpha less than omega t less than or equal to 2 pi plus alpha, T3, T4 are on V0 is equal to Vm sin omega t. V T1 is equal to V T2 is equal to minus Vm sin omega t. Peak inverse voltage is equal to minus Vm. Continuous current. For continuous current, expression for average output voltage. Discontinuous current. I. Control characteristics for bridge rectifier. The output DC voltage VDC is maximum when alpha is equal to 0 degrees, 0 when alpha is equal to 90 degrees, negative maximum when alpha is equal to 180 degrees. To plot the control characteristic of a single-phase full converter for constant and continuous load current operation, we use the equation for the average by DC output voltage. RLE load. A single-phase full converter bridge uses for SCRs as shown in the image. Load is assumed to be of RLE type, where E is the load circuit EMF. Voltage E may be due to a battery in the load circuit or may be generated EMF of a DC motor. If the thyristor firing angle alpha occurs after the sinusoidal supply has fallen below the EMF level E, the no-load current flows since the bridge thyristors are always reverse biased. During the period from omega t is equal to alpha to pi, the input voltage Vs and input current Is are both positive and the power flows from the supply to the load. The converter operates in the rectification mode, controlled rectifier operation for 0 less than alpha less than 90 degrees. During the period from omega t is equal to pi plus alpha, the input voltage Vs is negative, input current Is is positive, and the output power becomes negative. There will be a reverse power flow from the load circuit to the supply. The converter operates in the inversion mode, 0 less than alpha less than 90 degrees. Control rectifier operation, 90 degrees less than alpha less than 190 degrees. Line commutated. Inverter operation.